defensive battle on both sides, two goalies that played well. What did you see playing these guys for the second time in 2 weeks?
Yeah, not surprised. They came out, they were pretty motivated after their loss in Colorado, and had a big win last week against Rochester. Gave them some momentum, and I thought both goalies were exceptional. Both defenses were really good. We had a few good chances we didn't bury, and ultimately in games like that, when they're that low scoring, every goal, you got to fight for every inch, fight for every goal, and we had some chances that we didn't drop, and that's ultimately the difference. But I thought Dobson was spectacular. I thought our defense was great. It's rarely in all my years in the league have I seen a game where each team had one 5-on-5 goal settled in the fourth quarter. It's pretty rare. So I think that's a tribute to their goaltending, their defense, and our goaltending and our defense.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah. We're speaking of defense, and you all were 6 for 8 on penalty kills. So can you further speak on the effectiveness of the defense to stop that advantage with their power play?
Our man short kill has been number one in the league right now, and something we've talked about, and we've always said for years the best penalty. But our guys are really in sync. They're really reading the situation, making good plays, and that's a huge thing. And when you look at those two power play goals they got, one was in transition, and the other Michael Grace deflected it into our net. So. I think our man short's been exceptionally good, and hopefully we can continue to do that. That just really helps our 5-and-5 D, and it helps our offense when our man short is able to kill that many penalties.
And as far as you were on the kill quite a bit, so on the other side of that, as far as, do you think that was something where you guys could have been a little more disciplined, or was it just that was the way things went, so Henrik ends up getting that 5 minutes?
Yeah, the 5-minute was, that's what we say is kind of a bang-bang play. He's going to cross-check a guy in the chest, and the guy falls right into his stick. You can't really fault Jeff for that. It's unfortunate. You don't want to see a guy get cut for stitches and lose some teeth, but that's, that happens. And, some of the other penalties, it's lacrosse, and I thought we, sometimes when you are able to draw penalties, you're able to draw penalties by your work ethic and how hard you're playing, and I thought that's something offensively we didn't play with enough energy, and when you play with enough energy and you're running around buzzing out there, it can create some power play opportunities for you, and we didn't get as many as we probably could have earned tonight.
Awesome. Speaking of Henry, he had 2 additional penalties in the second quarter. What did you say to him to calm him down, get him settled in for the second half?
Well, I know what I was thinking I want to say to him, but I can't say that. Jeff's a veteran guy. He knows. The one penalty took cross-check a guy to the ground. It was a little bit late. We said, some of those, it sends the message of how physical we want to be, and we kind of I'd rather take a penalty like that than I think his other penalty was holding, like off ball. Holding doesn't really put the fear of God in anyone, but when you cross-check someone and knock them to the ground, it does. So we're going to take penalties. It's contact sport. Referees have tough decisions to make because things are happening so fast. And as I said, the 5-minute major was, it was just bad luck on his part. But yeah, we're hopefully we've been one of the lowest penalized teams in the league. I'd like to get back to that where we're only killing 3 or 4 penalties a game versus 7 or 8.
When you are in a big defensive game like that and the opposing goalie's playing really well, what's the message to the team? Are you making adjustments in game when you see, hey, Ward's stepping out a lot, or he's doing a good job blocking our angles?
We definitely we talk during the week about Ward. We watch some video, and he played really well. I thought he did what we expected, but I thought he made 5 or 6 exceptional saves in tight. Brian Cole had 2 naked ones on the crease. Nolan Byrne had another one naked on the crease, and Lyle had a couple in tight. So he made some huge saves, and the message is always simple, right? We got to shoot to pipes. We got to shoot where he ain't, and try to just find the seam on him. And I think Shane's goal in the fourth was a great example of just kind of hesitating and finding, kind of finding the spot.
When we look at the face-off, obviously that's an advantage that a team would have, and you all were 5 for 16 for tonight. How do you plan to improve that for your next game?
Yeah, I think one of the things we always look at with face-offs is there's a lot of teams in the league with exceptional face-off players, and their guy was pretty good tonight. I thought at least kind of 4 or 5 of those were 50-50 loose balls we didn't come up with. So that's really the message. If we come up with those 4 or 5 loose balls, it's 50-50, and we're happy with that. So yeah, I think part of it is just making sure we're getting in there, getting the ball when it's loose like that, and especially against teams. And we're going to Calgary, and they've got a really good face-off guy that we've got to find a way to get the ball on the turf and hopefully come up with it.
Now, on a positive note, we talked before this about, Nolan, 21 years old, he's playing really, really well. He had an insane goal in this game too. But what have you seen his confidence in this game? Have you seen that, kind of just going up? And it seems like he does play with a little more confidence just as the season goes on.
100%. Watching him early in the season, I think he was just trying to get his feet wet, figure out what was the speed of the game is just so much faster than junior. And even in training camp, when you have exhibition games, it doesn't give you that same speed when the lights get turned on and you're in the big rinks. Yeah, confident going to the net, taking guys one-on-one, and yeah, I mean, even their coach was saying, wow, like how good he was. So I think when you get that from an opposing coach, you're talking about a 21-year-old player, and this is his 5th game in the NLL. Like he's got a bright future, and certainly, yeah, we want to continue him to gain more confidence and hopefully score some more goals for us.
Piggybacking on the positive note, this is the 10-year anniversary for the team. What does that mean to you and to the organization as a whole?
I think it's awesome, and 10 years goes by, as we all say in an instant. It doesn't seem 10 years ago, but I remember being at the opening press conference up in the foyer in the arena, and the number of people that came, the number of people involved in youth lacrosse that were wanting our players to help coach, our players to run clinics, and so yeah, it's great to hear. I mean, we've got a great fan base, and you look up in the crowd, and so many people wearing Swarm stuff. It's awesome, and I think a great part of that is seeing the continued development and growth of lacrosse in the Georgia area. It's very encouraging, and I'm not saying that's entirely a result of the Swarm, but I think having the Swarm and introducing people to lacrosse at a professional level has certainly been helpful. So that's very rewarding, and again, very loyal fan base, and we always encourage people to bring a friend. I think when you come to this game, if you're not entertained by that game tonight, then you can't be entertained.